Next on the program is Lois Cookie Green. She had an idea just a few short years ago to create a social media group called From Stuttering to Confidence. And um, one of the concepts that she employs is the table topics practice from Toastmasters. Well, she asks random questions and she encourages people to send in a video of themselves. So people who stutter creating a video answering a random question. And her group has been the fastest growing social media group on Facebook for people who stutter. So it gives me great pride and pleasure to introduce a very good friend of mine, Cookie Green. Cookie, take it away.
For your great introduction. But this is more fun than I imagined. It was so lovely to hear singing. That was a great thing. But like he says, my name is Lois Cookie Green, and I am the founder of From Stuttering to come. And like he said, we do to do table topics, and I actually got that from there was a show called the Red Table. And it was where people sat down and they took a topic and they just bounced it off of each other. So I said, well, that would be kind of nice for us to get a topic. I used to call it hot topics, but we would take a topic and we would just practice speaking, because a lot of times we go to therapists and speech programs and things, and we learn great techniques and things. And so I wanted to have a platform where that we could practice those techniques. Like for myself, I want to stop saying the and the ahs and all of that. Today I actually wrote my speech so that not only do I stay on time, but I'm gonna try to keep those ums and those ahs out. But my topic is m- my topic is I found my voice in their eyes the day I stopped apologizing for who I am. And most people would probably say, what do you mean? But I found my voice in their eyes. And so when I break it down, I look at how I did not believe in myself, um, um, because of stuttering. I didn't believe that I could do things, because I felt like communication is our number one tool. A human as a human being, I thought was the number one thing. So if you cannot communicate, what good are you? So it was not until I allowed somebody else to see my value, and mirror that back, was I free. you know so I want to say a little bit about my story. I grew up in a household where that my father was very strict on um um presenting yourself in a effective way. So he naturally talked about me very bad, because he felt that stuttering had no place in communication. I don't really think that my father father understood stuttering and what it is. And I can truly say that I did not either, because my older sister stuttered and I used to bully her and tease her, and it was, it wasn't, it was not a pretty sight. But w- once you you start hearing from, say, a parent or a teacher, or even children at school bullying you, constantly mocking you, deep down inside you start feeling these things. You start feeling, i'm I'm not going to be anything. You start feeling, I'm not worthy. You start feeling the shame and the embarrassment just to open your mouth. So I ended up, um, if I had to speak, my first thing I would say, "Excuse me, I stutter." As if it was something horrible. "Excuse me, I stutter." You know, but being that I did not like stuttering, I had dreams, and dreams of being a teacher or a coach or a mentor. I wanted to be in a career where that I can help people. But I said, no, I'm not going to do this because I stutter. So I let my stutter dictate my life until I was mm, maybe 45. 45. I let stuttering dictate who I was. I wouldn't, I would be at school and I would hear things I would want to comment on, but I couldn't. I would say, "Zip that mouth! You stutter! You can't do nothing." Right? So it was not until I I got into this job that was with to- Toyota. I thought, just get yourself a um a labor job, go to work and go home, because you're not going to be talking, so you can't do anything. Excuse me. But I got into this job, but I had this deep desire to want to coach and mentor. So I would see other members on the assembly line not knowing how to effectively do their jobs, and I thought, it might be because they don't truly understand the process. So I would coach and teach some of my fellow members on the assembly line how to effectively do their jobs. So my manager must have saw that. So he came to me and asked, would I um, accept a position in leadership, that he sees that I would probably be a good person for this opening that he had. Well, I looked at him and I said, I can't, I cannot do that. There is no way. But this guy, through his eyes, he saw something in me that I did not see in myself, or I was not willing to step out and take a chance on. But I kept saying no, and he says, I am going to promote you. And he says that I had to change the way that I viewed myself. So he says, change your mindset. So, and you're going to have to change the way that you view stuttering. change your mindset. So I thought to myself, what is that? Change my mindset. So the first thing I thought is I do not have to accept this promotion because I am not going to embarrass myself. I am not going to be humiliated. I'm not going to do this. But I went home and I said, research that. What is mindset? And that's when I saw that there was a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. So I read the first one was fixed. I read that and I went, wow, this is me. It says I can't do this because I stutter. I can't accept this puzzle because I stutter. I will not be able to lead meetings because I stutter. I got to see all this, and then I looked at growth, and then it says that that I can. It says I can, and I got to thinking about that, and I thought, step out on faith, step out, do it, feel the fear, and do it anyway. So I went back and, and I accept that position. And it seems like as soon as I got comfortable with one thing, they were advancing me to another thing. And I kept getting challenged with my speaking. But it was because he saw something in me that I did not see in myself. And once I began to be advanced in that company, as soon as I got comfortable in one, boom, it was another. I stopped apologizing. I learned to stop apologizing for my stutter, and I started challenging myself each time, like to just like they wanted me to be the person o- over a quality control audit. Now, that's when you have to hold a microphone, and there might be 50 senior staff um, at the end of this assembly line, and I had to review all the defects coming down the line to the senior execs. And pretty soon through being put in these situations, and I'm coming out good about myself, then I ended up taking on teaching the Toyota production system to the staff and some of the senior staff. I was flown to Japan, Kentucky, and all over doing, either training for presentations or doing them. So I was always in speaking situations, but I never stopped. I never stopped saying that I was not going to to actually do that. So once I started looking at the power, the power that I got by this man seeing me in a positive light, and I had to pull off of his strength to jumpstart my journey into facing my stutter, embracing who I am, loving the person I am. I actually um became free for the first time. I used to isolate myself, so now I became free to just speak wherever I wanted. If I was asked to do a presentation, the answer would always be yes. Yes to everything, even if I felt apprehensive. Yes, still yes. Yes to everything. So one day, after having after having a podcast with with Pamela, I got to see that I achieved a lot of things by coming out of that hiding. And I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that dark place that I used to be in, where that there was shame, embarrassment, and fear. And I'm going to pull as many people out of that. I'm going to form a stutter support group, and it's going to be called From Stuttering to Confidence, because even if you do not have fluency, you still have power in what you're saying. You still have power in your voice. So go and get those people and have them to start one by one building confidence in yourself. I don't care if you are a person who have maintained or got to the level of where you can manage fluency, down to a person who is a severe stutter. I feel that we all have a space where that we can prove ourselves and be great at it. So when I look at the thought of I have freed myself through uh, other people seeing the good in me. I thought, well, here is if I have a stutter support group, we can all support each other, and that's what I decided to do. From stuttering to confidence. And my thought is, I wanted to run a group a little bit different than the mainstream groups. I didn't want to open a group to where that you just have the platform and everybody comes on and they speak, and that's a good thing to be able to come on and share some of your stories, share some of the things that you went through, that you want um, um, advice on. But I wanted a group where I had activities to help you out of that dark place. I wanted activities that would help you to feel comfortable speaking just the way you are. So that's why I have table topics, and that's why I have Zoom meetings with special guest speakers, and then I am so blessed to have Michael O'Shea in those meetings every week, because he is our stutter guru. So when these people come, they not only get to practice speaking, they get to practice socializing, but we walk away with nuggets of truth from Michael O'Shea. Plus, we have da- to daily quotes from from Arthur, and that's to help to put you in a positive frame of the mind, because most of the time we have a tendency to think of the negative sides of our stutter, and not the positive sides. So I felt that if I have a lot of different activities where that people can come and they can feel to dislike family, and they don't have to feel judged, they can practice speaking. They can come and if you are scared the way I used to be, you could come on a video, and that was my biggest thing, video. Come on a video, and you can even just say, hi, my name is Lois Green and just leave. So I thought just make a safe place for people to just enjoy who you are, enjoy your vo- voice, and actually gain from those who have found a way of managing their their speech. But my biggest breakthrough was mindset, that mindset change. Because, like they say, as a man thinketh, so he is. So that's why I wanted to to get people and myself to always be conscious of your mindset. If I have a mindset about what I need to do, it will not be, I will not be able to perform at my maximum. If I have a positive I can do, then then things are a lot smoother. So I actually like to talk about mindset and self acceptance and self love. That is what actually pro propels our group. Um, um, but one thing is my mindset. Oh, it stopped me from having a limited. I can't do attitude. It stopped me from saying that I must stay quiet because I did that for so many years. So now is I want to start growing, and I say my voice matters, and so does all of us. So my message um um today was sometimes we have to lean on other people until we can find our own strength and our own power. And that's how that is how I did. Once I leaned on that manager, and once I leaned on that stuttering community, that's another story that was so rich. When I found the stuttering community, I never knew anything like that exists. And that's also a space where I was able to see myself worth was through the stutter community. Um, I always say that we can go to speech therapists and we can go to program, but there is nothing richer than the stuttering community as a whole. What Tom is, he does this every year, which is beautiful. How we all get together and share our stories. So I've always felt that there is something wonderful in each and every one of our stories, and your story could definitely help somebody else come out of the rut that they might have found themselves in. So I am just happy to be a part of the stutter fest, because I just love hearing other people's perspective, and I just love being around other people who stutter, because being around other people gets us to feel that we are not alone. And I have seen things like people that are doctors and lawyers are people who stutter. So stuttering, I found out, is not something that you should feel that you are incompetent because you stutter, because there are great and brilliant voices and great minds in our the community, and it just gives us such power and such strength just to see it. That's why I wanted to thank Tom for putting on a conference like this, because it is so powerful to um to see other people's story. It's so powerful to that being a person um, um, who stutters, it does not matter. We are still powerful. We still have a wonderful purpose, and we are going to let our light shine. But that was my um presentation for today, and I just want to thank Tom for allowing me to share bits of my story. And again, I'm from stuttering to confidence. Thank you, Tom.
Lois, thank you so much. You are a motivational speaker. I mean, you are highly impactful. You reach people. I mean, I love your message each year in StutterFest. And I have to tell you, thank you for your words of gratitude. However, the people that do all the work is Trisha and Marvin, and I have to acknowledge them. So without Trisha and Marvin, there would not be a Stutterfest. And I appreciate their support. They do a wonderful, wonderful job, and the rest of the board of the World Stuttering Network.
Yes.
Everybody puts work in to make this happen, and I'm glad you enjoy it so much because we enjoy having you. You're such a bright light. So, so let's see if we have any questions. Okay, David Abucci says, Lewis, you are a fantastic communicator, and your energy is very needed in our community. I agree 100%. Awesome, awesome.
Thank
Okay, since we don't have any questions, we've got about 5 minutes left. I've got a question for you.
Yes.
Okay, what draws you to being so active and involved in the stuttering support community? Why are you? Why have you made this your purpose?
Um, uh, 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 um, because I spent probably 45 years of 45 years of just being quiet, being silent, taking my goals and ambitions and squashing them because of stuttering. And um and when I found the light, when I found that I could be free to just speak and be myself, I just felt that it is my calling to to go and take that same um take take that same awakening and give it to as many people as I can to come out of that hiding and come, and actually who you are as the person that God created you to be. So I felt it was my calling to go back and get as many people as possible and put them, yes, just put them in a space where they feel loved and valued. So that's my driving force. Thanks for the question.
Okay, I don't see any other questions. I have another one.
Uh-huh.
What part does faith play in your stuttering journey?
Uh-oh. Yeah, faith plays a huge part, because I feel that we were placed here for a purpose, and I just feel that to that that God did not want us to feel broken. He did not want us to feel not worthy. He says that we all are fearfully and wonderfully made. So I feel it is my duty as a, as a spiritual person, to let my light shine in front of other human beings, so that we feel our total worth. And stuttering just happens to be something that we do, but it does not define us. And in the scriptures, it Moses was constantly reminded that it is the message and not the way in which he speaks. Let the light shine. So I feel the same way. Concentrate on the message I'm trying to say, and be, let my light shine, like they say, before mankind.